The Matt Eberflus era in Dallas is over. The Cowboys fired their defensive coordinator after only one season on Tuesday, marking the end to what was a disaster defensive year in Dallas. This was a move the Cowboys did not originally want to make. All season long, we've heard Steven and Jerry Jones talk about the idea of continuity being an edge. But ultimately, as the season went on, it became apparent that their change was needed. That's something Jerry Jones said today. Now the Cowboys are looking for their fourth defensive coordinator in 4 years. And this is only the first step of what will be a major overhaul for the Dallas Cowboys defense. They're going to need a lot of help at linebacker, they're going to need help at edge rusher, they're going to need help at corner, and they're going to need help at safety, with plenty of free agents and change on the way. The Cowboys do have some assets to use. They have the 12th overall pick, and they have another first-round pick, but that pick could be traded in the hopes of maybe replenishing some of the assets they lost with their second, third, and fourth-round pick. One thing is for certain. This will not be an easy fix for whoever comes in at defensive coordinator. They have to allocate a lot of resources to keep guys like George Pickens and Javonte Williams on offense. Even Jadeveon Clowney, someone, a potential free agent on defense, played so well that his price tag went up probably heading into free agency. So who could be the one that takes over this Cowboys defense? First, you got to look at former head coaches. The Cowboys have loved doing that. It's a hire they've made many times. Rod Marinelli, Mike Nolan, Dan Quinn, Mike Zimmer, and even Matt Eberflus, all former head coaches. Now, will they do the same thing again? If they're going to go that route, keep an eye on guys like Brian Flores, who might have head coaching opportunities of his own, or former Arizona Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon. He's someone that has experience in the division after being a defensive coordinator in Philly and having a lot of success there. Jim Schwartz is another potential defensive coordinator option after having a lot of success in Cleveland, but I wonder if he'll follow Kevin Stefanski wherever he goes to be a head coach next. In terms of guys who are not former head coaches that would make sense, how about Jeff Ulbrich, the defensive coordinator with the Falcons? Previously, before that, he was the defensive coordinator with the New York Jets, where he had a lot of success in conjunction with Robert Saleh. Cowboys defensive line coach Aaron Whitecotton was also there. If they want to keep some semblance of continuity, they could hire Ulbrich, pair him with Whitecotton, and see how that goes in Dallas as they build out the rest of their staff. And another wild card to keep an eye on is Denver Broncos defensive passing game coordinator Jim Leonhard. This is someone that had a lot of success playing safety at Wisconsin and spent almost 10 years in the NFL playing. He's been an up-and-coming, fast-rising coach, going from coaching at the college ranks to then being with the Broncos the last 2 seasons. The Cowboys have a lot of familiarity with what they did defensively against them this season when the Cowboys really struggled against that Denver Broncos defense. If the Cowboys and Brian Schottenheimer want to make a hire akin to what they did with Clayton Adams a year ago, I think Jim Leonhard would be an excellent fit. For all coaching news and Cowboys adjustments as they move on from Matt Eberflus, follow us on DallasNews.com.